Hi guys, thanks for checking out the video. This video, and I get this question asked loads, not only sort of on social media but in person, is should you change the setup of your clubs? Whether that be buy a new one or just change sort of the settings on the club, sort of in the winter or when it's windy, is that going to help your game? And it's a question that is kind of too broad to answer, and you kind of need to understand first how your driver is set up. You can probably hear it, it's tipping it down in Exeter. The weather has really changed. We were quite lucky, we had quite a long autumn, but we're certainly into the winter now. But if your driver, and sort of what I would call an optimum driver fitting, so if you're fitted correctly, your driver might not be set up so it carries as far as it could, but if you give up a bit of carry, the ball tends to come down a little flatter, sort of your angle of descent will be flatter, so it encourages the ball to roll further, and as it rolls further you can actually get a longer total distance. So what tends to happen is when the weather gets bad, people go, well, I'll take loft off so the ball goes lower into the wind. But what that might do is compromise your carry distance, but then you don't gain the roll because the course is so wet. So it kind of, in that instance there, you mean I wouldn't be making the change because all you're doing is you're giving up distance. If you were playing like a links course and it was very windy and it was blustery, but the course was fairly dry still, or it might be in the summer when you've got loads of wind but the fairways are very hard, you might actually be able to sacrifice a bit of your carry because you know it's going to hit that deck and it's going to fire forward, so your total distance will be greater, plus you might feel it's a little more in control because the ball isn't getting as high into the wind and it's not staying in the air quite as long. So again, in that instance, it's worth the change. So I'm not against people fiddling and playing around, just make sure there's kind of some logic behind it and you know, well, I'm doing this because if I could change A, I will get a far more better result in B, rather than just going, oh, I'll change it for changing sake. Because you could argue in the winter it's actually better to add a fraction more loft because you can increase your carry because you're going to get no roll regardless. But again, in the winter you don't tend to get still conditions, so I would probably err on safety and just keep it how it is at the minute. But again, no issues if you want to try this on the range. But like I say, watch the flight and go, is that flight going to benefit me? Anyway guys, thanks for watching the video. Keep the questions coming, loving the questions at the minute, and hope to catch you soon.